Hi everyone, welcome to the Augsburg Weekly Sports Updates. I'm sitting here with Shannon Renne. She's been nice enough to join us today. Suddenly turned superstar once again after her little absence from the team as far as shooting goes. But thank you again for joining us, Shannon. We're going to talk about the team, about you, and in general. And firstly, tell me about your holidays. How was everything? Nice to get back home and away from school.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a little short.
Yeah.
And a little longer, but.
I definitely agree. I'm pretty sure plenty of people would echo that sentiment around here. So, Shannon, firstly, starting at the beginning of really your basketball career as we know it, you went to Nicollet High School. You're from Nicollet, Minnesota. Twice you were the AP All-State Honorable Mention. Had plenty of awards there. KUIC Player of the Week. So tell us, over your high school career, about your dominance in high school and how you find your way here.
Well, I just came to Augsburg because I knew the program. I just thought I could make an immediate impact, and I was excited about that. It was definitely a hard transition because just being from a really small school, we were only single A, so it's definitely a different tempo and pace and a lot more physical, so it was different.
Well, it couldn't have been too hard because he came in and really took the bull by the horns when he got here. Won AP Female Athlete of the Year for Augsburg. The first year you were here. So all the awards you've received, everything over your career, it's illustrious. I'm sure your trophy case is huge at home. It's talk about what has been the best award for you and is really you've been so honored by.
I don't know. They're all good. I can't really just pick one.
Right.
I just say all of them.
Yeah. Well, okay, so then looking at, all the moments, you've obviously had some great moments. You led your team in high school, and now here at Augsburg, you've had 3 really solid years and continuing this year. So of all the moments that you've had in high school and college, whatever, in 5th grade, it does, whatever you want to think about, the one moment that has really defined your career and you really look back on it as a great moment for you.
I would probably say in high school, scoring my 1,000th point my senior year. It's just not a lot of people do that, and in my school only a few females had done that, so I think I would say that. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you come here, you've been a rock in the program for 3 years now. You and Krista Subik really carried this program. She's now graduated, so it's kind of left it to you, and you've talked about being the rock and not necessarily having a lot of pressure, but how you deal with coming to the gym every day and really reaching the level that you have reached every single day.
Well, since we have a lot of freshmen and new players, so obviously they look up to me, and I have to come every day, practice games, ready to go, because they're really looking up to me and watching what I do. So
going through such a hard stretch like you did before, your game against Carleton, I'm sure you were aware of it, and every shooter goes through that. You're obviously one of the best shooters in the MIAC, but you're 6 for 46 before the Carleton game, 6 for your last 46. It was a little bit of a rough stretch. You obviously rebounded, but talk about being the dynamic player that you are. Shooting yourself through that and how you really, especially after such a stretch, you came back and just exploded in that Carleton game.
Well, Coach has always been on me about my confidence, so I just, I get really down on myself when I am missing shots, so I just had to kind of change my mindset. When I missed a shot, don't think about the negatives. I just had to be I'll make the next one, and I just kind of think I just changed my whole thought process with that, and I feel like I'm more confident now, so I think that would be a big reason why.
After two games like you just had, it's probably not very hard to be confident. Dropping 35 against Carleton with 9 3-pointers, which is an Augsburg school record. You're named co-MIAC Player of the Week last week. Talk about how exactly it felt to rebound from that, and then going into St. Mary's last night, another big game, 26 points, and getting another victory. Now you guys are on a roll. The team's starting to hit a streak. You won 2 in a row now. So talk about your personal performance and how it's impacted the team game.
Well, obviously it's great, having a good game, boosts confidence, but as a team, we were just really in a slump, and it just feels really good to get these 2 wins that we got. Hopefully we can continue it going, because one of our goals was to make the playoffs, so if we want to do that, we're going to have to really keep up our winning streak.
Absolutely, and with Shannon leaving out, obviously one of your best players, it was looking on paper as if, with a tough start and then going into the Carleton game, the tough times might continue, but you being a veteran, you stepped up. Talk about how Shannon Levine's absence changes the game and how you had to step in and really be even more of a veteran leader.
Well, obviously she was one of our key players, rebounding, scoring, and she was also our point guard, so the whole offense just kind of revolved around her. So without our point guard, Coach kind of wanted me to step into that role. I'm not really the most comfortable being point guard, but I don't know, like, and other players on our team too, like Tracy Shank, we all just took turns stepping into that role, and I don't know, we're actually meshing really well together, and it's working out.
Absolutely, and Micah Sater's been huge
Yeah.
stepping in. She's been fantastic filling in. So talk about your preseason goals, and then how, if they've changed at all, if they've adjusted over time, looking at how the season's gone. Obviously it wasn't exactly the start you wanted, but now maybe starting to hit your stride. Talk about the preseason goals and maybe looking forward now, having won 2 in a row. Where you think you guys are headed this year?
Well, one of our preseason goals was to be above 500 for our record. So as of now, we're not doing so great. With the 2 wins, hopefully we can keep up a streak with that. And then another like long-term goal we set was to make playoffs, which is still possible if we sweep some of these teams coming up here. So.
Absolutely, that'll be exciting down the stretch, obviously. Yeah. And so talking about. We talked about basketball, talked about you, talked about the team. Looking at you more off the court, you've got a rep as being obviously a great player on the court and, a very bubbly, nice person off the court too. And so looking forward to your career goals, maybe life after Augsburg, what exactly do you think, do you see yourself in 5 years, and what do you think you're headed for in your career goals maybe?
Well, my major is psychology, so I'm probably going to have to go to grad school somewhere. Not sure where.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go to a big city, maybe Chicago or New York. And there's a couple of things that I'm looking at doing with psychology, like maybe sports psych or family counseling or like a chemical dependency counselor. So.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Yeah.
For lofty goals, but I'm sure, being the great person you are, you'll one day succeed at them. So Shannon Renne, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mike Gallagher. We'll see you back here next week, and it was great to have you on.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.